welcome back to my channel. If you are new, if first time you're clicking and logging on to my YouTube page, thank you so much for sparing the time to view my video. If you are a returning subscriber or returning viewer, thank you again so much for coming back. You don't have to. There's so many videos on YouTube. Thank you. Just a reminder, please rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you. And let's just jump right into what my topic is today. So I was thinking about, I was talking to my brother. Again, my brother and we have really good conversations. And then a few weeks ago, I was also talking to a friend of mine. And what came to mind during those conversations is about expectations. Expectations. And there's some times when we do have unrealistic expectation of other people. Let me give you an example. Or let me ask you this. Have you ever have this thought when you're like, well, if it was me, I would have finished the sentence. If I was in that position, I would have finished the sentence. Or it would be like another example is, well, I'm always there for people and I expect people to be there for me, but when I'm in need, nobody shows up. Expectations. We do things for other people, and after we do things for other people, is like we expect them to we hold them to some expectation in our mind that, okay, because I do this for you, you should do this for me. Or because I would have done it this way, I expect you to do it this way too. Now, is that fair to the other person? I don't think so. But this is the thing. When I was thinking about it, why do we expect people to do what we would do? Even if you're born and you have a twin brother or sister, you're different. So why would you expect people to do or say or act the way you would if you were in that situation, if you were doing this thing? Why do we do that? It is unrealistic. When we constantly do that, honestly, you're judging the other person. So now it's like you're the standard. And I'm not saying, I'm like, I do this too. So it's like I'm the standard. And now I'm measuring other people according to me. But the last time I checked, I'm me. I'm not them, and they're not me. I'm me. So I really had to, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video about this. I'm going to come and talk to you guys about it and get, what are your thoughts on this? What's your opinion on this whole expecting others to do, say, and act the way we think that they ought to, or the way we would do it? We don't leave room for that person to be them. We are going to judge whatever they do and whatever they say. It doesn't matter because that's not how I would have done it, or I wouldn't have said that way. What it prevents us from being is understanding, compassionate, and then also accepting the person for who they are or the situation for what it is. And sometimes we just need to do that. You accept the person for who they are or the situation for what it is. Sometimes too, when you think about it, and sometimes it's good, the intent behind it, you don't think it's, they said the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So for example, I remember one time I had this friend, and my friend bought me a sandwich, and he gave me the sandwich, and we sat down at the table. Next thing I know, I was being like berated. You know, I didn't say thanks. I'm ungrateful. You know, the person spent their last penny to buy the sandwich, and here I am not thanking them, and you know, and I was just like, what? It hasn't even been 2 minutes since I got a little sandwich. However, what the expectation was that as soon as the sandwich left that person's hand and came into my hand, I should have said, thank you very much. I so appreciate you buying me this sandwich. Was I not going to say thanks? Of course I was. Of course I was going to say, hey, thank you for doing this for me. Thank you for the, you know what I'm saying? However, I was going to do it in my time when I wanted to. My friend wanted me to do it when he wanted to. When he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? So then and there, he felt hurt. He felt like, you know, I wasn't a good friend. All these things, all because he had an expectation of me being him. And he, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not you though. You would have done it that way. I don't. And I didn't. Was I not going to do it? Sure I was. But it wasn't done the way he thought it should have been done. So now we had a problem. We had feelings, got hurt, all this stuff over a simple sandwich exchange. So, and a lot of times when we have this expectation and people don't live up to it, or they don't meet it, or they don't do whatever we want them to do, or say whatever we want to say, we feel hurt, right? We feel frustrated. Now we're disappointed. Now we're angry. Now we're looking at the relationship differently. We're feeling negative towards this person. And sometimes this other person don't even know what the hell is going on. They don't even know that you're mad. Because sometimes, half the time when we do this, we have all these negative thoughts in our head. And well, they should have done this. And why didn't they do that? And we're not voicing any of this to the other person. So next thing they know, you're like acting some kind of way. And they're like, so why is Trina acting all funny? Then 9 times out of 10, they may come to you and say, hey, what's going on? You good? We good? And this is what? No, I'm fine. I'm okay. Alrighty then. Or if you do vocalize it, you'd be like, so let's, for example, I have a child and my child is washing the dishes. And I'm looking at the mind you, the dish is being washed. However, it's not being washed, or it's not being done the way I would do it. So now I'm criticizing. Well, you know, you need to do it this way, or you need to do it, you know, and you need. Well, if it were me, I would have turned the water on and then put the soap, and then or keep. So now you're criticizing. So 9 times out of 10, what's gonna happen is wash the dishes your damn self. Not that a child should say that to their parent, but what I'm saying is the person is no longer. They're not gonna want to wash the dishes because when they turn around, they're criticizing. So I'm not washing the dishes. I don't need to hear all this. So wash it yourself. If you want it to be done a certain way, do it yourself. So you see all of this negative and strain on the relationship, which is really unnecessary. And then when you come to the part of, well, I'm always there for people and then they're not there for me. So are you giving because you like giving? Or are you giving because you're storing up favors? Are you giving because you really like giving and so I'm doing it and I'm helping and I'm being helpful and that's just that? Or are you really doing it because your motivation is selfishness? You're doing it because it makes you, I'm feeling good right now. I look like I'm the man. I'm the person. I'm the go-to if you need something. And you're storing up favor points. I know I had to question this in my own self because I remember years ago, because I would be the type of person, when if my friends or family call me, it could be 3:00 in the morning, I'm dead asleep, my phone ring, Trina, I need help, I'm stuck somewhere, blah blah blah. Okay girl, I'm coming. I'm putting my clothes on, sleep in my eye, I'm like rubbing my, I'm there, I'm out the door, right? And then I'll be thinking to myself, if something happens or I ask for help and the person isn't able to reciprocate at the time, or maybe they don't want to and it's a no. So here, this is my thought. I'm always there for people and they're not there for me. And if it was me, here we go. If it was me, I would drop everything and be there. But that's you though. That's me. I drop everything and be there. They don't. They are not like that. And why do I expect you to do what I would do? You're not the drop everything and be there type of person. And so now, why would I want you to do something different? Because every time you act outside of or in conflict to your own self, you're damaging you. So for me, I'm the drop everything and go, but sometimes really and truly, I don't want to. I don't want to. So instead of me saying, you know what, I'll be there in an hour. Or honestly, I can't do that. Not this time around. And be okay with that. I run out, put on my cape. And then, because you're already feeling some kind of way about it, because you really didn't want to do it, when you call that person that you helped and now you want help, you're going to be like, oh, if it was me, I would have done da da da. And the last time they need help, I was there for them. Yeah. Not good. Not good at all. I think just the bottom line of this is, when it comes to just expectations, is don't expect people to do or act or say the way you would. It will save you a lot of heartache. It will save you a lot of disappointment. It will also help you with not being so judgmental. It will also, what it will help with is being more understanding towards others, being compassionate towards others, and just accepting people for who they are, and just accepting situations for what it is. Because a lot of times it builds resentment when you're always expecting someone to do something that they don't do. You get hurt and it builds resentment. Because half the time we don't tell people like, yo, I'm expecting, or you know what I mean? We don't. And there's sometimes when if there's a need that you have, let's say for example, you're in a relationship and you like going out on romantic dates where you're all dressed up fancy, there's flowers involved, there's chocolate, there's this and that. And you're with someone and that is something that you love, then open your mouth and say it. Don't expect the person to be like, well, he's been with me for 6 months. He should have known that, again, he's not you and you're not him. Vocalize it. Say it. If let's say somebody, when they tell a joke, they like to hit you, because there are people who do that. They're like, pow, hit you on the arm, pinch you, slap you. I'm not the one. Listen, I don't like when people do that to me. Just say, I like your jokes, you're very funny, but please don't hit me or touch me. It's not if they should know from the way I'm reacting that they shouldn't do that. They're not you. Some people are very unaware. Some people they're not. So stop expecting people to read your mind or do and act and say the way you would do and act and say. And if it's something that is that important to you, that you feel that is a need that is not being met, just say it. And if it's a non-negotiable, it's something that, listen, this is important to me, and if this is there, we cannot be friends, then just don't be friends. Instead of, well, they should have known this and they should have done that, and if they should have... Save yourself the trouble. Save yourself the heartache. Save yourself the disappointment. Vocalize a need if you have it, and it's something that is important to you. Make it be known. And if it's a situation where you're just saying, hey, if it was me, I would have done, just quit. I don't know how best to say it, because it will cause so much more trouble in your relationship than it doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit the other person. Doesn't. It's like a poison. Just don't. Let people live and breathe and do, and accept them for who they are and how they do things and how they think. And there are just certain times, there's certain people, they're just not meant to be your friends or be in your life. And that's okay too. That's perfectly fine. But save yourself the heartache and the hurt and the disappointment by constantly expecting people to be and do and act the way you would be and do and act. Accept the person for who they are. If they work with you, if it jives with you and you guys can have a good relationship, let it be so. And if it don't, it just don't. And move on. It's that simple. I don't know. What do you think? Accepting other people is and just accepting what it is. It will save you a lot of negative, toxic emotions. It will. You will live a happier, more fulfilled, and peaceful life. Anyway, peeps, this is another one in how to do this thing called life. Subscribe, comment, share the video. That's it. Share, share, share. Until next time, peace out.